Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with another video today. Want to talk about an economic tsunami. And what do I mean by that? With everything going on, I really want you to look at where you are at financially and be able to assess yourself, your situation, and really answer on a honest basis. Are you prepared for anything that comes down the road in the future? So far in 2020, what have we faced? We faced a national pandemic, or should I say a world pandemic, and right now we're dealing with a national awareness that is facing everyone, primarily African Americans, but other people are part of this whole awareness. And with that being said, I recently read an article, someone shared it, and it had to do with Chicago. And the article really broke my heart because it talked about that with all the rioting that's going on, those who will get affected the most will be the low income and those who are financially challenged and don't have any economic means. And so they're literally saying that there are parts of Chicago that the looting and the rioting has gotten so bad that there are what's considered food deserts. Now, what are food deserts? That's when there are no other means for the people who live in that community to be able to get food. And now you may say, well, in this day and time, how would a person be in that situation? I mean, we got Uber, we got Lyft. All they would have to do is just, call an Uber and Lyft and be able to go to another area. But then I thought, you know what? Some people may not even have those means. I don't live out there, so I really can't speak on what it's like out there, in terms of is it real. But what I do know that there are people who truly in 2020 don't have options. And um my position and what I want to stress to you today is the importance of understanding that the world that you once knew, maybe your parents, maybe your grandparents told you about a world where you work hard, you save your money, and there's a golden parachute that's waiting for you once you get to a certain age. And that world is over. I mean, it is over. And now more than ever, you have to find another way to financially sustain yourself. Primarily on this channel, I talk about credit, but now more than ever, there's two things that you need to have. You need to have good credit, and you need to have the ability to create cash flow. However that cash flow comes in, primarily I'm a person who believes in that your assets should create cash flow, because you never want to put yourself in a position where you're the only way that you're going to bring in money into, your household. Many people really rely on their own sustainability to be able to create a check. And once again, that world as we know it is now over because there are some people that their jobs have gotten affected. So now, if your job's gotten affected by the rioting or what have you, how are you going to live? That's why I titled this video The Economic Tsunami. Are you prepared if an economic tsunami occurs? I mean, do you have another means of being able to financially sustain yourself? with everything going on, are you someone who's affected by a food desert? Do you even have the options to be able to leave your community and go to other communities where there isn't a food desert? I know myself, I'm blessed enough to say that where I'm living at, I'm not really being affected by the looting and the rioting. So I have the liberty to be able to go less than 5 or 10 minutes to get me fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, or what have you. But even if my community did get affected, I do still have the means that I can leave. Okay, well, if my car, got vandalized with the rioting or whatever, I still have the means to be able to leave. Why? Because cash flow and credit, it gives you options. It gives you options. And so, my message to you today is, I talked about yesterday about banking on yourself, not banking in the sense of a financial institution that you put your money in. I talked about the importance of getting access to information and implementing it, and having the mindset to believe that the information that you get can truly change your life. Because, you know, I find it that people will reach out to me and say, well, I know this, I know this, I know this. And my response is, oh, well, if you know everything, then why don't your situation reflect it? Like, if a person is going to come to me about questions about credit, and then their response is, well, I know this, I know that, then why isn't your life reflecting that? So I think what it is that people are hearing a lot of things, but they're really not putting it to practice. They really don't know how information can truly impact their life if they implement it. That's why I said in the video yesterday that I feel bad for those who almost repel information. It's like, nah, 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 nah. I just want the immediate result. They just want the result, but they don't want the things that lead to the result. Hey, how you doing, Curtis? They don't want what leads to the result. They just want the result. And that is the most vulnerable place to be, especially now that we're in a situation where an economic tsunami can occur. You know, at the end of the day, there are certain industries that will always be producing money, will always be producing income. Exactly. You're right, Curtis. A changed mind. You know, you're right. Right. Many people need to be renewed by their mind. Right now, I'm reading a very small book. You can check it out on Amazon. It's called The 7-Day Mental Diet. It's a short read. It's 21 days. And a lot of people don't know that it really starts here. Even what I do with business funding and business credit, you'll be surprised how many people will come to me and want me to prove that what I offer or what I have can truly help them. And so it is not my job to prove to you what I know is going to help you. Because if you have a change of mind, a renewed mind, excuse me, I'm looking at something. But if you have a changed mind, a renewed mind, and you really do believe that if you can get access to information, it can totally change the trajectory of your life and your family's life, it's a win. It is a win. Because understand that where you are 5 years from now is 2020 now and 2025. 5 years later, it's going to be based on the decisions that you make now. And understand that 5 years from now, the world is totally going to be different. It's going to totally be different. And if you are not ahead of change, or even understanding that change is coming and how you could even stay aware of change, you are going to be financially and economic decimated. I said that yesterday. You are going to be decimated. And now more than ever, it's too much free game being put out here on the internet. Yes, you're right, Curtis. A decision made today will determine tomorrow. Yes. That's what people don't understand. You know, so many people want change overnight from someone else. They want other people to give them change overnight, but they're not willing to change themselves overnight. And I was just saying to a friend of mine that it's easy. Yeah, exactly. Reading is so fundamental. It's easy for people to put the blame on someone else. That's why people are quick to want guarantees. Well, are you sure this is going to help? And are you going to guarantee me that? Because it's easy to transfer the blame on someone else, but they don't never want to point the finger within. They don't never want to point the finger within. You know. What did you do with the information that was given to you from the first person you went to? Now you didn't get the result fast enough. You go into the second person, and then the third person, and then the fourth person. When at the end of the day, the answer lies within you. Oh, self accountability is real, and that's what most people don't want to do because it's easy. It's easy to just say it's your fault. It's my fault. It's never, I'm going to take ownership, of why, I am a certain way. Exactly. People don't want to acknowledge their faults. They don't. And that's why I'm doing this video to say I'm no Nostradamus. I don't claim to know what's going to economically happen, but now more than ever, man, get yourself access to information that can change your life. Because those that don't look like me and you, they not going to give you the game. And I tell people that all the time. Even what I do in business funding or whatever, they not giving you the pay. Exactly. Exactly. And Curtis brought up a good point, and he talked about he just mentioned in the comments about people want to go into about is this institution better than getting funding than that institution? Well, at the end of the day, what are you doing? What kind of revenue is your business bringing in? I recently got submitted to me information for someone who wants a consultation. And sometimes I'm just wondering, like, what kind of information, what kind of information is people telling people? You got a 500 credit score. You're not bringing in no money from a job. You're not bringing in no money from a business. And then somebody going to give you a business line of credit for 50,000 or a personal? They really teaching y'all that? Because now I see why people don't want to get access to no information, because that right there, that's wrong. Like, I mean, I can that man, that's why I said protect yourself. Yeah, man, protect yourself from the economic tsunami, man, because it's real out here. It's real. There's a whole nother world. Like people just don't know, man. Like it's people out here winning, and that's why I refuse to take part in conversations of oh woe is me and pity when the game is being given to you. Even though I can't speak on other people, but even though I'm going to talk about myself, because I know what I provide. Yeah, DC. I know that. I know that. I know they teaching them nothing My phone rang. I know that. That's why the information that I share is polarizing. For certain individuals, I realize that there's a whole demographic of people that get it, people who are really running businesses with real revenue, or they're involved in real estate. Like, they get it. Like, like you have to have some form of income, or money. But just the BS that's being put out here online, where people got people believing, you don't have to. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Regarding those stimulus checks, I actually did a video and I talked about that. If you had um credit that you were trying to rebuild, how you can how you can flip those economic stimulus checks to be able to get real tier one credit. Because at the end of the day, remember what I did a video on that, and I said, if you think about it, it's the information out here is so whack in terms of everybody's regurgitating the same information. So usually what happens is that when a person is rebuilding their credit, this is what they usually tell them. Get a My Jewelers account, and that gives you about a $5,000 credit limit. Get an Open Sky card, and get Credit One or what have you. Yeah, if you just look at my videos, I forgot what I titled it. I think I titled a Tier One or Tier Two credit. That's where I talked about that. And I talked about how those are no Tier Four. Those are Tier Four credit. Those are Tier Four credit accounts. And if you're going to rebuild your credit in tier 4 credit, you got to understand that you can somewhat get pigeonholed with that tier 4 um those tier 4 credit accounts. Because what happens is that oh wow, you got turned down from Open Sky. That's a bit harsh, because I mean, they're I turned the AC on. Um their qualifications is not too hard. So you literally must be like, you left your face mask on that roof. Your face mask is over there. Oh, the trunk, yeah. um what I was gonna say, yes, we were talking about Open Sky. So regarding those Open Sky cards, I mean, your credit, yeah, you're gonna need some work on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna need to work on that. Yeah, 551, it all depends on what makes up that. So yeah, you're gonna have to work on that one. Especially if you're getting turned down for Open Sky. No shade. No shade. You stick on this channel. If you go through my information, I got plenty of information to help you to rebuild your credit. But at least you acknowledging where you're at. Student loans. Hey, I mean, understand this. There's recourse after student loans. Don't believe the hype. You really have to be able to identify if they are federal or non-federal loans, and if they're federal, are they subsidized or unsubsidized. If they're federal loans, help is available. Reach out. If they're federal, reach out to the servicers, or you can just go directly to the Department of Ed. I forget that website that you can go to and be able to get some type of rehabilitation plan to rehabilitate those loans. So far that grace has not been taken away from the student loan borrowers who have federal loans. So as long as it's in place, take advantage of it. Private loans that are non-federal, that's a whole nother animal. And basically that really depends on the lender who has the loans. And so it is really, you're really depending on what type of recourse they want to give you, because they don't have to give you the same grace as the federal government, and a lot of times they do not give you the same grace as the federal government. So help is there. It's just a matter of identifying them, because this is what I want to stress. If you have a federal loan, there's grace available to you. So please do not deal with having derogatory stuff reporting on your personal credit due to student loans. Get yourself help and reach out to your servicers, so you can raise that credit score and get out of that 500, that high 500 limit. Because if the financial and the economic tsunami does take place, you don't want to be behind the 8 ball. Understand, I've been tuning into a lot of FICO webinars, and FICO is changing the way the way they're measuring your credit. It's all going to be based on your financial behavior. A lot of people don't want to believe that, and that's why I talked about AI or whatever. It's all going to be financial behavior, and that's why I did videos on that. You can't trick financial behavior. You can't trick AI. So don't believe the hype where you have these people who are trying to tell you that they have a way around the system. They don't have a way around the system. They have a way around that's just for a very short period of time. And what happens is, thank you, Curtis, they do a 2-year look back. 24 months, 2 years. So they're measuring your financial behavior, how you treated your credit for 24 months. So don't believe the hype where you got credit professionals telling you, "Oh, you want business credit? That's easy. I'll redo your credit, and I'll help you get it, and you'll get a 700 credit score. And when you get a 700 credit score, there's a windfall of money that's going to fall back into your lap." Curtis, I'm glad that you reminded me of that. Yeah, there's a 24-month look back period. So they're looking at the way you've been paying your credit. See, this is the stuff that no credit professionals are teaching you all. They're still teaching you very archaic, out of date methods. They got people believing that they can trick the system and all this other stuff. And don't get me wrong, they're able to show you results. Oh, you want all your stuff taken off your credit report? Sure, no problem. They take it all away. Now you 50 years old with a credit report of somebody who darn near 18, like you ain't never owned nothing in a day in your life, and now you want to do some major big stuff. You want to be a real estate investor. You want $100,000 and business funding, and you want all this big boy stuff, but then you got a childlike credit profile. It don't even make no sense. And that's what I'm saying. They teaching you all that. They're teaching you this. And so thanks for that reminder, Curtis. And for the person with the student loans, get some help. Call your servicers, reach out to them, especially now with COVID going on. And as long as we can, this grace is being given to student loan borrowers. So take advantage of it, because you don't know with this current administration what the new administration is going to do. Every day, I mean, it was just something where You know, current president said he's not doing no student loan forgiveness. So there you go. People who was banking on that, you know, they tried to, you know, go to Congress and say, you know, for essential workers or whatever, and people were all caught up, you know, doing videos, but nothing was passed. That was all talked about. It wasn't passed. It was all talked about. So that's you know, that's my story. That's I'm just, you know, like I said, kind of just doing a rant today. um you know, want to make people aware of things that's going on. Those who are financially woke, they get it, you know. And if you're not, get yourself financially woke. It's too much free game out there. Also, if you are somebody who want to learn how to get access to $25,000 more in credit, I have a free webinar. Go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. I cannot work with everybody, unfortunately, because I'm not going to sell you on no hype. No, I'm not going to teach you about net 30 accounts, what have you. Most people who watch my channel, you've already did that and you already saw that it doesn't work. So what I teach and the way I help you is to really get you some real funding. So unfortunately, I can't work with everybody, but check out the webinar. How to get, you know, access to 25,000 more in funding. Go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. Thanks for listening and you know, staying aware of what's going on. And I will continue, you know, talking and giving my insights on any type of financial and economic updates that I know can help you. But in the meantime, please help yourself. Nobody's going to save you but you. Bank on yourself. If you didn't do anything in 2020, if the resolutions you made January the 1st, you're unable, we're now 6 months into the year and you haven't accomplished, just promise yourself one thing this year. I'm banking on me. That's it. I'm banking on me. I'm doing whatever I need to do to change my financial situation. I'm going to get access to information. I'm going to be a student of information. I'm going to implement the information that I'm given, and I'm going to change the whole financial trajectory of my life. Promise yourself that. So, once again, this is Lorelia, bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. Until the next video. Bye-bye.